So let's talk about it. I'm just a girl.
You know that girl, I am just a girl too.
There's a creator on this app called I'm Just a Girl, and a lot of y'all don't like her.
All the discourse surrounding Just a Girl, I really have just one question.
And I'm just a girl.
Just a girl. That lady, I'm just a girl.
No, because y'all are tearing that Just a Girl a whole new one.
I think the problem with I'm Just a Girl's content,
That Just a Girl lady, you cannot convince me that she don't hate black women.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Just a Girl Show. My name is Janine. I'm so happy to have you guys here tonight for this much needed conversation that I know some people are like, I'm tired of hearing about black women, tired of us talking about us, but until we see change, we got to talk about it. Okay, so be sure to make sure that you are liking the live, that you are sharing the live out. Let me just make sure that the camera, we want to be as clear as possible. Make sure y'all can hear me well, and we're gonna have a great time. We gotta talk about it. There's no way around it. As I always say, these conversations are meant to be educational, informative, bring awareness. It's not about attacking or bashing or all of the things. You may not want to hear what I have to say, but it has to be said. So like the live, all the things, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. So as you guys can see, we're going to talk about black women embarrassing themselves. And honestly, y'all, we can't keep talking about how black women are so unprotected. Black women are most disrespected. Black women are we always talk about how black women are treated by other people, but we don't talk about how we do the things that we do to ourselves. The things that we do to ourselves that make the things that we do that make people want to disrespect us. I'm not condoning someone treating you like you are a human, and you deserve to be respected. But if you are moving a certain way, speaking a certain way, right? In reality, right? What's going to happen? People are going to treat you accordingly based on who they believe you to be. And we can't keep acting like everybody deserves to be treated the same when everyone's not acting the same way. We just can't, because we do all of what people think about black women. It's true. Calling it a stereotype at this point is almost foolish, because they're not stereotypes. It's the reality of us. It is the complete reality of us. And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. It is what it is. And I don't know what else we have to do to get to the point that we understand that we are in control. Okay, so we're going to get right into it. We're going to talk about this stuff, and hopefully y'all can feel me on this and understand where I'm coming from. I'm going to go ahead and share this first video with you guys, and we are going to get all the way into it. Let me just actually do this real quick. Okay.
Police are looking into how a grand opening at a Northwest Harris County hair salon got out of control.
Yeah, scary scene for hundreds of people after a chemical substance was deployed into the crowd by someone other than security or deputies. We sent a breaking news alert just before 10 this morning when we learned about the incident on your Click to Houston mobile app. Our Joy Addison has details.
Well, as you can see, people are still trickling into that store. When they make it to the door, they're being told that this building is now closed after we saw that crowd get out of control this morning. The fire marshal says this beauty supply store will be closed for at least another 8 weeks. Wright has about 2.3 million followers on Instagram and has famously styled Houston native Meg Thee Stallion and award-winning R&B artist SZA. About 14 hours ago, he advertised $300 to $400 wigs, $4,000 in cash, and other items being given away to the first shoppers that could make it to the store. These posts drew the initial crowd. Social media videos show hundreds of people inside of the store and over 500 people camping overnight in the store's parking lot, waiting for the grand opening the next day and the promise of more free items. After the crowd got out of control, police were called for a disturbance and for calls for heat exhaustion. Everyone that needed help was treated on the scene and it was cleared. The fire marshal then arrived and said the owner did not have the proper occupancy permits and closed the place down.
People started lining up at night. Like they spent the night at 9. And by the time I came with my friend, it was already 5 a.m. It was wrapped around. So we was just trying to get the back to school deals. I have a daughter. I wanted to get her some barrettes, some beads, like the little girly things for her. Didn't even get to get in. They started fighting over bundles, fighting over wigs. I feel like if they had the proper structure, form the lines, like the barricade and stuff, then it would have went smoother because it would have been no room for anybody to cut. And they also started forming another line on the other side. People got maced. Police came out.
Once the doors were closed, someone used this as an opportunity or for whatever reason felt they needed to disperse the crowd. Those that were affected were treated by EMS. We had several medical issues came up along with the disbursement of the potential chemical agent, as well as heat exhaustion and some other traffic stuff unrelated to this.
And despite the grand opening that is still being advertised on social media for tomorrow, police and the fire marshals have confirmed this business will stay closed until the proper permits are secured and security is there to welcome the crowds. Reporting from the Northwest side, Joy Addison, KPRC 2 News.
All righty. So, as you guys can see, our people, our Black women showed up and showed out for that Black man. They showed up and they showed out for that grand opening. Are y'all surprised? Are y'all surprised that they showed up like that? The reality of it is, y'all, let me just say this, because that girl who they interviewed, anybody else catch that lie? You showed up at 5 a.m. for back to school deals to get barrettes and ballies. You had to show up at 5 a.m. at that hair store. 5 a.m. for back to school deals on barrettes. Barrettes is like $3. But who is she kidding? Did she put that on her baby? Did she put that on her baby? She put that on her baby. She was I ain't never been at the hair store at 5 a.m. for no barrettes. You gonna put it on your baby that you was out there at 5 a.m. with you and your girlfriends. Y'all was only going to go buy barrettes and ballies and little beads for the babies. Okay. Let's just get into the reality of it, right? We as Black women, we complain. And we're also very, very lazy. We're very, very lazy. We don't want to be inconvenienced. We don't want to have to work too hard. We want to live a soft life. Let me understand, with a woman who wants to live a soft life and claims that she deserves a soft life to live, would she be in a crowd camping out overnight fighting over weave? Would that what a woman who wants to live a soft life do? Right? We don't want to work hard for nothing. God forbid a man wants you to work with him and build with him. Imagine you doing that, but you're going to camp out overnight, leave your kids at home with whoever, and go out there and embarrass yourself.
Hey, y'all, I woke up at the butt crack of dawn to this North Houston Hair Galleria Beauty Supply grand opening, and it was a big mistake. It was a chop, y'all. Okay, I'm going to get right into it. But this was 5 a.m. Please keep that in mind. 5 a.m. I'm walking in with my little chair, thinking, oh, I think I'm a little bit too early. I'm just going to be right in front. Boy, oh boy, was I wrong. Okay? Now, they said they were giving the first 200 customers 3 bundles of human hair. Look at the line. Okay? The line went all the way around into the daiquiri to go shop. Oh my goodness. This line was so long. Okay, so I was like, okay, you know what? We're not the first 100. I'm just going to sit down. We're not the first 200. Let me just sit myself down. At least they have good deals elsewhere. That's when the madhouse started. I Am Jonathan showed up and started throwing wigs. It became a frenzy. Okay? I was like, okay, he's throwing wigs. Great. The line will move up, right? Wrong. We were still out there. This was around, 9 a.m.? Okay? This was around 9 a.m.
I'm gonna pause there because I thank y'all for subscribing and joining the live. I appreciate it. Again, make sure you guys like the live and support the channel. I appreciate it. How many times do we hear Black women talk about how they don't tolerate disrespect? A man can't do this to me. A man can't say that to me. A man can't do anything to make me feel less than, right? We hear that often. But yet you let this man throw hair at you like you're a dog, like you're an animal. He's throwing hair out of a bus and y'all fetching it and fighting over it and jumping over it and fighting for your life for a free bundle of weave. Is that not disrespectful? Is that not low caliber? Is that not less than? Because I think too highly of myself to make anybody think I'm going to be chasing after anything like that. Think about it, ladies. If you are out here, your standards should not be nowhere up here. I'm telling you right now. If you were a woman out there, you don't even have the right to have high standards. Y'all cannot like what I said, but if you were a woman out in this crowd, sleeping outside, camping out, fighting over weave, you don't have a right to demand anything of what a man got to do for you and he got to have this. You don't have a right to say any of that because you tolerated that. You tolerated this. This was okay. You didn't care how you got the hair. You was going to get it. We love to pretend, ladies, like imagine me lowering my standards. Imagine me letting a man do this to me. Imagine me making a man a sandwich.
I'm not going into the crowd so someone can elbow me in the face for a wig. No, I was like, you know what? Let me just pay for the free deals that we get. We were still in line, y'all. People started getting rowdy. Some lady wanted to fight me. Look at me, I was just hot. Thank God I had this little fan in my car. Okay?
Close completely down.
Okay.
For the day, completely down. The store is going to close down.
All right, y'all, you heard the sheriff. That's when my mom and I were like, we're out of here. It's getting rowdy. There were about 3 ambulances. The sheriff's office was there. My good, it was so rowdy and bad. And this could have been easily fixed by just giving everybody tickets when they showed up. But they didn't care. They were waving at people from the roof of the building. This was a chop.
So I have so many layers of conversation around this topic, right? So before we get into the babies, the children, right? For those who do not know, I'm an educator. I have been an educator for over almost 10 years. a little bit over 10 years now. And I've seen a lot. So we're going to get into the education piece of it. I want to first talk about the fact that hundreds of Black women fighting over weave, how much we just really must hate our own hair, how much we despise our own natural hair, that we are fighting for these bundles, for these wigs. That is a whole nother layer to this, to just show that we hate our hair. We talk about how Black men leave us to go to the white women, but you can't, you want to look like her though. You want, I don't understand. Like, we hate our hair. Like, I think that is a bigger issue that we truly, and I remember my husband asked me that question before about like women who wear weave, and you can have the longest hair. It's not even about just having short hair. It could be long hair. We literally hate our hair. We don't even take care of our hair. We slap wigs in our hair, weave in our hair, and that's what we see as beautiful. And I've told y'all before, I've gotten comments from women telling me how I'm basic, I'm boring, who wears a press and curl, who wears a silk brush. Like, because I decide to wear my natural hair, because a woman like that would never have the courage. Never have the courage. This just shows the true representation of how much we really hate ourselves. We're not as confident as we claim to be. We're not. We are not as confident as we claim to be as Black women. We literally would prefer to fight for a wig than just wash your own hair. Wash and manage and grow and take care of your own hair. That's too much. That's too much. Risking your life for another person's human hair is insane. We really hate our hair, y'all. We really hate our hair. We really don't like to take care of our own stuff, our own bodies, our own hair. We don't. We really don't. We spend, these women, y'all. Let me just show y'all this stuff, because we're gonna get into the babies. We're gonna get into this, because this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. That woman in the beginning of that show, of the news article story, she said this was a scary scene. It was scary. It was scary. It was heartbreaking. It was disappointing. But it's very real. And Black women, we do this all the time. We do it. They was just in New York a few weeks ago when I reported on that story on my channel, when Body by Raven, the Instagram influencer girl, was in New York, and they was out there fighting out all night long in the middle of Soho, blasting Sexy Red, camping out to get in and get some free stuff and meet somebody with a fake butt. That's what showing up at 3, 4 in the morning. That's what they do. And they do it well. And they do it well. Do you hear me? They do it well. You understand? Like, this is very real, y'all. This is very real. Let me just show y'all this though, because I want y'all to see that this is.
Oh my gosh. I will not be doing this again. Yes, I will. Wait for a better event though.
Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all that. Do y'all? Why? I wanted to show you. Hold on, let me see something.
When my mom,
to see.
we're out of here. It's getting.
I might have missed it in this clip, but let me see something for y'all because I want to show y'all what I could have swore I saw. Okay, did I see it here? Hold on, let me see.
And bad, and this could have been easily fixed by just giving everybody tickets when they showed up.
Hold
but
on.
They didn't care. They were waving at people from the roof of the building. This was a chop. Oh my gosh. I will not be doing this again. Yes, I will. I'll wait for a better event though.
I wanted to show because I could have swore I saw these women out here with their babies, y'all. I could have swore I saw a woman with a little girl in her. There you go. Y'all see that right there? Right there. Y'all see that baby right there? Do y'all see that baby in her arms? Y'all see that baby right there? Let's go back.
Game of frenzy.
Look at the baby.
Okay.
Look at the baby. There's a baby in her arms. A child. A child. This is a child, y'all. A child in her arm. And one thing, and I always say this, for the people who always say to me, why do you care? This is why. I'm going to go back to being an educator, and we're going to get into that conversation, right? I'm a school counselor. I work in high school. I don't work with small kids. So I'm going to get my experience from an educator to teenagers, that aspect. If you know anything about a Black parent, they think the older you get, the less they got to do. You grown. You know, they stop showing up. And I tell parents all the time, when your child enters high school, you need to get involved as much as you did when they went into kindergarten. It's like it's starting all over. High school is like it's starting the first day of school all over again. That you need to be on it, because this is literally high school is really setting the tone for their future. Like all grades matter, you know, that foundation, all that you learn, but really figuring out who you are going to be and where you are going, it starts in high school for sure. But too many of our parents, they do not show up at all. I knew it was bad. Y'all want to know how I knew it was bad? When a child's mother blocked us. She was tired of us calling her phone. So she blocked the school. And so her child, if the school really need me, you call me. I'm like, it's no way. Like you can't be serious. And you know what we did? We called the school phone, called the mom phone from my office phone. And then we called from her phone and she picked up. No problem at all. No problem at all. And when you call, It's like you getting on their nerves. You bothering them. They'll say, what do you want me to do? Ma'am, I mean, it would be nice for you to get involved. I know you think your child is grown or they're getting older. Yes. But they need you. They need you. Black mothers will embarrass themselves in the middle of Houston, Texas, fight, scramble, camp out all night long, but will not show up to a school meeting. We are literally, our priorities are all messed up. Our priorities are so messed up. And then we wonder why we are in a position that we are in. We wonder why people think what they think about us. They're not making it up. So I want us to stop with this idea that everybody that believes what they believe about Black women because of racism. Stop. Because of slavery. Stop. They believe what they believe because we do it. They believe what they believe about us because we do it. So I want y'all to stop trying to tell people that this ain't the reality of Black women and this is not who we are. We are an embarrassment to the community. We are an embarrassment to the entire Black community. And it's sad. It's very, very sad. And what makes it so wild is the people who pretend like it ain't happening. If you're a Black woman, let me speak for the Black women. If you are a Black woman and you claim to be different from the other women out there, but you pretend like you don't know what's going on, you're a part of the problem. I know that I am not like those women. I know that I don't think like those women. I know that my life is nothing like those women, but it doesn't take away the fact that those women are still Black women who look like me, and I will automatically get lumped into that same group if we are all in the same place. My other question to Black women is, that hair store, a Black-owned hair store being open in Houston, Texas, or wherever it would have been opened at, right? That was a Black gay man. Do y'all think they would have showed up to a Black hair store owned by just a random Black woman or Black man in the city? Do y'all think it would have been the same outcome if it was just a random Black woman who opened up the first Black hair store in Texas or wherever, Texas, Pennsylvania, Chicago, wherever? Would we have showed up and showed out to support that Black woman or that Black man the way they did for that man? Let that sink in, because we all know the answer, that they wouldn't have. We know that they wouldn't not have showed up at all. There would be no camping out. They would be they will walk past that store and go right to the Asians. But we love to embarrass ourselves because we want to fit in. We want to be I want to be able to brag and say I was at Jonathan Wright's hair store. I want to be able to give a story time about how I was at Jonathan Wright's hair store. But your cousin's best friend opened up hers around the corner. Why wasn't y'all out there? Jonathan got money. He good. But your cousin best friend, who really care about the community, who really trying to help, y'all didn't show up for that because they worship. They will embarrass themselves for a celebrity who don't give two damns about them. They don't know you. They don't care about you. And they don't mind you embarrassing yourselves to put money in their pocket. They don't mind that. I mean, he don't care you're out there fighting. He don't care about that. He know who he is, and he know what y'all would do. You think that man care that y'all out there fighting? We're disgusting.
Culture is completely embarrassing. And Black women are especially embarrassing because they are the creators and the defenders of the dysfunction. They glorify and protect the degeneracy because it is coming from them and their children. We've literally went from the backbone of the household to the face of delusion. And the fact that you have all these high standards for the purses you wear, the wigs that you put on your head, the shoes that you wear, the men that you date, but have zero standards for how you raise your children, how you carry yourself, and don't care about your community is also disgusting. And to be clear, I'm not ashamed of being Black. I'm ashamed of what Black culture have become. Because what we're celebrating isn't Black culture. It is actually clown culture. Which is why we're the entertainers for everyone in this country. And y'all want to be mad at white people so bad, but you should be mad at yourself and whoever raised you. Moral of the story, if you want to be successful in this country, do the exact opposite of what the Black community does.
I mean, like she said, we got all these high standards. We got these high standards. We got these high standards, y'all. How? Like I said, you'll say what you're not going to demand. I mean, what you're not going to do. How can a woman say that she's not going to do anything for a man and do that? How can a woman complain about the school event being too long? The school event is too long. You got somewhere to be. But you'll sit out there all night long with nothing to do. You got all the time in the world. You good. You got all the time in the world for that. But the school event, you ain't, it's too much going on. I ain't got time to be sitting around. I gotta go. I got somewhere to be. I got somewhere to be. Interesting. Interesting. I've only worked in schools that are predominantly black and brown kids. So I can't even say, honestly, to full extent of my experience working with in the white community. But I will say when I was an intern, and I entered at a school that was very diverse, and from what I can remember, from the small interactions I remember having, it was definitely different. And those parents who were very much like, I got options. My kid ain't doing this, my kid ain't doing that. Like, so speaking from my experience working with Black children and Black families, to watch a mother embarrass herself, curse people out, do all this stuff over prom, right? I watched a mom curse the CEO of the school out because her child did not meet the requirements for prom. We ain't seen you all year. We actually have never met you before in person. But soon as it comes down to talking about your child can't go to prom, you upset. Our priorities are always messed up. And I remember being so mad, y'all, when they let that boy go to prom. I'm like, no. Who give a damn about what she think? That's the part. I was so mad when they let him go. Because that just makes them believe they can just come curse people out, act the fool, and get their way like they've always done. I remember being so mad, like, ain't no way. But your child is failing. You know that, right? And you ain't been up here all year long. You don't come to any report card conferences. You don't come to any meetings. You don't come to anything. And, you know, she did what she does. Cursed everybody out and got their way. Got their way. Look at this. Look at this mockery. Okay.
Hello? Danye, this Liddy. Why y'all didn't pull up?
Did y'all see it? Hold on. Let me put it back.
Hello? Danye, this Liddy. Why y'all didn't pull up?
Do y'all see the what it says at the top? When a parent doesn't show up to an IEP meeting after you send home 37 reminders. Mocking us. Mocking us. Because that's
Hello? Danye, this Liddy. Why y'all didn't pull up?
mocking us. Why you ain't pull up, sis? You know how many children are behind academically, don't have the services that they need because parents do not show up to IEP meetings. If you don't know this, a school cannot implement or put an IEP in place or a 504 in place without a parent's consent. They cannot evaluate your child. Just to evaluate the child, they need your consent to do so. And plenty of times they send these invitations home, these letters for you to sign. They don't sign them. They don't read them. They don't send them back to the school. So your child is struggling and behind. While you decide that you're not showing up, that you're not gonna invest in your child's education.
It makes sense. There are parents who will go a whole school year and never meet their child's teacher one time. These parents don't show up to open house. These parents don't show up to back to school night. They don't answer the phone when teachers call to introduce themselves. They refuse to answer the phone or call back about grades or behavior. These parents won't even pick their kids up for dress code violations or even when the kid is sick. But as soon as a child goes home and tells a parent that a teacher said something to them that the child doesn't like, that parent is flying up to the school, cursing and yelling, talking about how they don't play about their kid and what did the teacher do instead of what did the kid do. Well, if you don't play about your kid, we can't tell.
Let me pause there. Because what she said is so true. You don't play about your kid, huh? We can't tell. You ain't never showed up here. You ain't never called back. You ain't never answered the phone. So now you don't play. When it come down to check people, you know how many kids told me, or either said it to me, which has not been many times, or I've heard them say it about many teachers about how if I call my mom, she going what they'll say, like, don't make me call my mom. I'm like, okay, well, call her. Call your mama. Call her. Because if I call my mom, she going to come up here and tear this school up. Okay. Okay. So we supposed to be scared? We supposed to be scared that you called your mom. Okay. Then you got the opposite of the kids who, when you say, I'm gonna call your mom, and they like, okay, call her. She's not coming. They laughing at you. They laughing at the teacher, like, call her for what? She's not coming up here. You could call her all you want to. She's not answering the phone. She's not coming. So they know it goes both ways.
because you've been playing about your kid every moment up until right now when you decided that you didn't like what was said to your kid. And parents, if you don't play about your children, then we need you to have that same mentality in every aspect of their education. We don't need you playing about their attendance. We don't need you playing about their grades. And we don't need you playing about their behavior. We need you to ship up and show up. And just because you show up with a bonnet on, hollering and cussing, does not mean that put fear in anybody's heart in that school building. Making
that right there. Just because you come up here cursing and pajamas and bonnets and all that, like we supposed to be scared of you, it don't work. Because at the end of the day, nothing changes. You're not making nobody do what you want them to do. You're not going to get your point across. But it also shows us why your child is the way that they are. You're embarrassing yourself, and they learned it from you. You're a complete embarrassment. And for me, right, I've worked in the schools that are predominantly Black children, but predominantly white staff. Let me make that very clear. I work in a school district that is predominantly Black children, but predominantly white staff. So when we do this and we behave this way, the people who be like, don't talk about us because the white people don't think this about us, they see it every day in the schools. They already see how these Black mamas come to the school. They're not surprised. They'll be like, oh, yeah, his mom is out of control. Or, oh, yeah, his mom is, yeah. So they see what's happening. So that to me is like, damn, look at how embarrassing we are. Like, look, I'm disgusted as a Black woman seeing that this is how you come to the school. I just be like, damn, why would I come up here looking like that? Why would I come up here acting like that? You know what I'm saying? I think it's just crazy, y'all, because again, for these women to be out here, for them to be out here, like
they are the creators.
Let me show it. For them to be out this is not right. This is not right. That this is how, this is a child right here. Is that a child? Is that a child on her neck? Is this a child? You got a child from what it looks like. Potentially a child that, from what I can see, I don't have any proof. Is this a child, y'all? What y'all think? Is it a child? I can't tell. I pray that ain't no baby. I pray it's not a child, y'all. I pray it's not a child. This is sad. I'm so disgusted, y'all. I'm so disgusted. It do look like a child, right? It does look like a child, but I don't have no confirmation, so I'm not gonna say I know for sure, but it's giving a little baby, a little girl. What do we do from here, y'all? Yeah, I don't wear weave, so I have no idea. I think maybe bundles, maybe they like $100 on average per bundle, maybe 100, 150. I guess. The wigs, they make, hey, One thing that we love to, y'all know, I don't know if y'all saw, I don't know if y'all saw the whole frenzy of Black women and parents talking about how the school supply list is so long and they not buying this and they not buying that, and but they buying $500 packs of hair, $600 wigs, paying $1,500 to get the wigs done. They're paying for that. But I'm not buying no extra prints for no kid in the class. $2 more? You can't spend $2 more for the entire classroom, but you're going to spend $1,500 on a wig? I've said it before, y'all. We don't care about these children. I am just so disgusted with what the majority of Black women represent today, y'all. I'm so disgusted by what the majority of Black women represent today, y'all. And I'm so tired of people always trying to move the goalposts to try to make it seem as though we're all crazy and this stuff doesn't exist. And I know somebody said in the comments earlier, like, well, what do I do if I don't see this? And again, where you may be the minority, but if you work in a school, you see it. If you're in certain places, you see it. And don't even have to necessarily be in the ghetto to see this stuff. You know? What are you talking about? Black women in your headline as if we are all the same. Shut the F up. Somebody's triggered, huh? Somebody's triggered. Somebody's triggered. Sucks to be you, sis. The majority of Black women are an embarrassment to the community. It is what it is. It is what it is. Hit dogs are going to holler. Holler, holler, holler. We're an embarrassment, and it shows in everything that we do. We are an embarrassment, and our children are suffering due to it. Our children are suffering due to it. I want you to know that. These babies are suffering because of us. Because of us. And I think the reality of it is we like to pretend and be fake girls, and we act like we don't see what's going on. And you could do all that because those are the same women who act like they don't see what's going on, or they're like, mind your business, blah, 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 blah. They're the ones who's doing it. Okay? They're the ones who are doing it. It's sad, y'all. And I just think that this Houston stuff is just one of many things that's going to come. I just think about all hundreds of those women that came out. How many have kids? And what are their kids like? What kind of mothers are they? How do they behave and conduct themselves around their children? How do they behave and conduct themselves around their children? Because again, when a child says to a teacher or staff that watch when my mom come up here, she gonna curse you out. They've watched her do it over and over and over again. Your child should not see you in that fashion. They should not just witness you cursing people out for a living. But we love to believe this whole don't play with me, don't disrespect me, don't do this, don't do that. But this man got to throw weave at these women, free hair at them like they were a pack of wolves fighting for food. But yet, a man got to make 6 figures if he want to date you, because you can't date nothing under 6 figures, but you can't afford $100 for a weave. He got to make 6 figures, but you out there fighting for a free wig. Miss, so I'm so educated. Miss, I got so much class. Miss, I don't tolerate this. Miss, I don't deal with brokies. Let me read this. Let me just thank the people for the super chats, man. Thank you, Dr. Thunder. Keep doing your thing. Be encouraged, much love and respect to you. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you so much. Support is greatly appreciated. Marriage, politics, and sports. Thank you. A crying shame how the women showed out. There are no excuses. Some smoke for the dude who should have anticipated the black female reaction to free stuff. Black women shameful behavior is everywhere. Yeah, I mean, the reality of it is he don't care. Y'all might not know him or watch him, but he's for the chaos and drama. He knew this was going to happen, and I believe that he wanted this. He's all for the drama, the fighting, and all of that. He's all for it. And let him say he was going to do somebody's hair for free. Like, do somebody's hair for free. Child, somebody would have lost their life. Somebody might have lost their life if he had promoted he was going to do one person's hair for free. Baby, that would have been a different scene. I'm telling you right now. That would have been a different scene had he had told them he was going to do one person's hair for free. That would have been a different scene. A different scene. So again, we would rather be single and do it by ourselves than go 50-50 and have a partner help us in life. But this, oh, was a baby who got maced? Wow. Because why would you have a baby out there in that chaos anyway? Why would you have your baby out there? I told y'all them kids is out there. I told y'all. A complete embarrassment, y'all. I'm speechless, y'all. I'm very speechless. I want to let y'all know, just so y'all can be aware, I'm going to be dropping a video tomorrow. It's going to be a reaction video to the black women who always have something negative to say. I want y'all to just get a glimpse, a little piece, a little snippet. I've never really did a full respond to their comments. I want to really pick it apart. I'm going to share that tomorrow. Inshallah, it will come out tomorrow. Because there's the proof as to what we talk about, and we talk about the issue, we talk about the behaviors, and we always see their comments and their deflection and their disagreement of these things. But it nobody's making this stuff up. Nobody's making this stuff up. You camped out all night long, fought, macing people, hurting people, called out of work, left your kids. Alhamdulillah, thank you. Alhamdulillah for it all, man. It's all we can do is just pray, man, because our priorities are so messed up. Our priorities are so messed up. And this is just, when I see this up, I'm just like, oh my God. Here we go again. Here we go again. We are an embarrassment, and we just don't want to stop and realize that we are messing up the community. We are messing up the community because we feed foolishness. We have so much that can be done. We could really, just think about that, y'all. If the same group of women took that energy down to the school district in their community and all the complaints that they had about their kids and said, we're not sending our kids to school until y'all fix this, and stood on it, we're not going to do this unless y'all fix this. Because they get paid for these kids to show up to school. Just so y'all know that. The schools get paid for kids to attend. So we stand on business and say, hey, we don't like the fact that our schools don't have air conditioning. Let me just say this. The school district that I've worked in, they don't have air. A lot of schools had to close early because there was no air conditioner in the schools. I've had to leave early because it was so hot. We've had to come to work. We've had to been closed because it was too cold. But we don't see parents fighting, protesting, complaining, up all day long, up all night, trying to get this stuff done for their kids in the schools. I'm just saying, if there's a problem, do it in an efficient way. An effective way. Bring those complaints to the school district. Really, really use our voices for something good. To really get things to change. You gotta really protect your children, y'all. But you have to also prepare them, because when they go into the world, into these schools, you don't know who are they going to interact with. Who's that parent? Who raised that child? You never know. You never know. So you got to always talk to your kids about life and be a good example. These women have said to me, and I'm gonna make sure that I gotta find those comments, y'all, because they've made these comments to me about how they feel bad for my daughter, and they scared for my daughter because I'm raising my daughter to be a wife. I'm raising my daughter to take pride in her appearance. I'm raising my daughter to have self-respect. So you're afraid for my daughter because I'm not promoting being unhealthy and obese? You're afraid for my daughter. You feel bad for my child. But should I not feel bad for your kids the parents who was in that line? Should I not feel bad for your kids? Should I not feel bad for them? We are so messed up. And we are so delusional that we can't even see what is right. We can't even see what is right. Wrong is right and right is wrong at this point, y'all. So I just want y'all to know that what they think about us, it ain't made up. And that's what I'm gonna leave it at that, y'all. What they think about us, they ain't make it up. It ain't made up. I ain't making it up. And as long as y'all don't, we remember that. Ain't nobody make this stuff up, y'all. So, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't, hey. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, y'all, this was a great conversation. I appreciate y'all. Thank you to Barney Rubble for the super sticker. I appreciate the support, y'all. Make sure that y'all like the live. If you came in late, you can definitely go back and watch the replay for sure. If you're not a part of the Just a Girl family, be sure to subscribe. It is amazing over here. If I say so myself, Yeah, no, it's definitely Black women are the biggest enemies to Black women. It's nobody else but us. It's nobody but us. Period. So, like I said, I know this is not easy to hear, because we want to believe that we're just so great and we're so lovely and it's all butterflies and rainbows and, everybody saying things about Black women, it's all fake and it's not true. But yeah. Thank you. I appreciate the new people who joined the live. I go live every Tuesday, inshallah, 8:30 Eastern time. I'm here. I've been showing up. Sometimes we have guests, sometimes we don't. Either way, guests or not, I will be here. God willing, I will be here. And I drop videos pretty much every day around 11 a.m., 12 o'clock Eastern time. And we are almost at 20K. We want to roll to 20K subscribers, y'all. So I am grateful. I'm really grateful for all the support and yeah. So I hope everyone has an amazing rest of your evening. Thank y'all, all of y'all for being here. All of y'all for just showing up. And yeah. Oh, thank you for having your wife. I appreciate y'all for having your wives for watching, and we're almost at 20K, y'all. We're 18 now, so we 2,000 away from 20K, and then we want to roll to 100. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you everybody for being here. Assalamu alaikum to everybody who's here, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Just a Girl Talk dropping tomorrow. Good night and bye, everybody.
So let's talk about it. I'm just a girl.
You know that girl, I am just a girl too.
There's a creator on this app called I'm Just a Girl, and a lot of y'all don't like her.
All the discourse surrounding Just a Girl, I really have just one question.
And I'm just a girl. Just a girl.
That lady, I'm just a girl.
No, because y'all are tearing that Just a Girl a whole new one.
I think the problem with I'm Just a Girl's content,
That Just a Girl lady, you cannot convince me that she don't hate Black women.